This is the login page of my Zomato clone application. Here I have an input field to enter my mobile number. So I'll go ahead and enter my mobile number here and then click on continue. So it redirects me to my OTP page. So here I'll enter my OTP. So an OTP has come to my mobile. So let me go ahead and enter the OTP here. And then I'll click on verify. So I'm redirected to my home page. So upon successful validation of OTP, my app redirects me to home page. So here you can see these are my login details displayed in the console. So this is how my login works. Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel Full Stack Cloner. So in the last few videos we have created all the screens required for our application. Now in this video let us go ahead and create our login page and then followed by OTP page, so that home page of my food app will open after successful validation of OTP. Now let us go ahead and create the login page. So this is the login page of my reference application. So this almost looks similar to login page of Zomato application. As you can see here, a Zomato banner followed by a form to enter mobile number and a continue button. It's like to get the OTP, and then I have different other kind of login mechanism where I can log in with my Google account and I can try other sign in. So this is the login page of reference application, and this is my current working project. So let us go ahead and create the login page in my current project. So I'll go to my components and I'll create a file login.js, and I'll use RFCE to generate code snippet for me. Now I'll go to app.js, and inside my app.js for any wildcard sets I have given home page. So now I'll change this. Instead of star I'll write home. So whenever there is a home search, so my home component should show up. Now for a wild search, so for any other search, so I'll redirect my app to login page. So my login page is imported. So as you can see, immediately now since I have not given anything, so it has redirected to the login component. So my wild search is working. Now I'll try to get this banner image into my project. So I have copied the banner image which is required for my project into the images directory. Now let us go ahead and start writing code here. So I'll remove this login here. So this will be my outer div. So here basically I'm going to write this as a div so that I'll capture my banner inside div, and the whole thing I'll write as another div. So I'll go ahead and declare two divs here. This is for banner followed by this is for my rest of my code. Now inside this banner I have to write a image tag. So written an image tag, and then I'll try to import my image. Import banner from images / banner banner.png, and I'll try to source that image here. And now you see my image has come here, and in my reference app you can see my app is curved. So let me go ahead and implement that here. rounded off 3.125 gram I'll give, and let me see, my image is curved, but I don't have curvature down below. So for that, what I do is I'll just give a property of top here, so that only the top portion of my image looks curved. So this is done. Now let us go ahead and implement all these things now in the second div here. Here I'll remove this. So here I'm going to write this as a div, and this as a div, and this as a form, and this as a div, and these two things as a div, and the last one as a div. So let me go ahead and implement that. So first I have to write for this India's #1 food delivery and dining app. So for that I'll go ahead and declare that in a div, and then I'll write paragraphs here. I'm not able to copy that. Food delivery and dining app. So this is done. This is how my code looks like. Let us go ahead and take care of the styling at the end. So here I have a spelling mistake. Done with the thing, and then let me go ahead and implement this login or sign up. So for that I'll go ahead. So basically I'm gonna write this in 3 separate divs, so that the left line will be in a div, and the middle login or sign up will be in a div, followed by the right line will be in a separate div. So I'll take 3 divs here. I'll copy this, I'll save it. So here I'll write login or sign up. So this is done. This is how it looks like now. Let me take care of the styling in the later part of the video. Now this should be a form, so that when I enter a mobile number here and continue, the form should be submitted. So let us go ahead and write that. So this should be a form. So here for this mobile number input thing, I'll make use of React library, React mobile input 2. So this is the library that I'm going to use now. So this is how my mobile entry menu looks like. So here basically I have, along with the country flag, followed by the phone number. So in this format I want. So for that I'll make use of this library. So this is the usage he has given here, usage. So if we specify a country as US, by default the US flag will come here, and if I specify IN India, the India flag will come here. So let me go ahead and copy this and try to install. So my phone library is going to be installed now. So it is installed, and then let me import these two declarations. On the top, so I have declared. Let me go ahead and copy this. So I'll copy this phone input. So instead of copying, I'll write here. So in my form, I'll write phone input and I'll close it, and here I'll give country as IN, and let me save this. See, the Indian flag has come, and +91. By default the Indian phone number code is +91. So this is perfectly working fine. And then I'll write a button to submit my form. So this should have a description of continue. So my button is continue. I'll save this. So this is how it looks like now. And then I have to write this R. So as you can see, this R has one separate line on left side and it has a separate line on right side. So this almost looks similar to my login or sign up thing. So I'll copy this thing as it is and I'll paste here down here, and I'll remove this login or sign up and I'll just write R. So this is done. And then so as you can see here, here one Google sign in option and here multiple sign in option appears. So that I'm going to write. So what I'll do is I'll create a div here and then followed by one div is for Google sign in thing, and my other div is for kind of 3 dots. So let me save this, and this is how it looks appears now, and followed by at the end I have some terms and conditions. So I'll go ahead and create that in a separate div. So as you can see here, so this has actually it should have underlines here. So for that, the first phrase is just a declaration followed by terms of service, privacy policy and content policy should have underlines. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'll write a first paragraph it will have, by continuing you are agreeing to our by continuing you agree to our, followed by and inside this I'll have spans, separate spans, so that one span will have terms of service, privacy, terms of service, and the other will have privacy policy, and the other will have content policy. So this is how my plain HTML skeleton version of my application looks like. So this is how my login page application looks like without writing much CSS. So let us go ahead and style in this way. So let me go to my app, and first let me declare all width and heights for my elements. So I'll declare here width to be 24.375 rem, followed by height to be 52.75 rem, so that I can maintain consistency across all my pages. So I'll give a border here, rounded. I'll give border of 3.125 rem. Since my image is given already border here, so you don't see much changes here, but as you can see there is a border here, but since this is pure white in color, we are not able to see the border. So for that, let me go ahead and change the BG property temporarily, so that to see the border I will give some brownish kind of color, and I will save. As you can see here, my border looks very clear. Since I again white color, I am not able to see the border below here. So let me go ahead and remove this BG. So I want white color background here. So this is done, and then let us go ahead and India's #1 food delivery app thing. So for that, I'll go here, I'll put a class name, and then there is some kind of padding here. So let me go ahead and do that. So first I'll give a padding across x-axis as 2.5 rem. Sorry, it's 2.5 rem. Save. So done, followed by padding y-axis to be 1 rem, so that some kind of space is created here, and then so this is done. Now let me go ahead and modify this India's #1 food delivery app div. So I'll go ahead and put class name. So I'll declare it to be a flex, and then so it should align vertically. So I'll declare flex call, and then I want it to be in the middle of the page. For that, I'll go ahead and give item center, so they're aligned horizontal in the center of the page, and then I want them to be vertically aligned in the middle of the div. So I'll give justify center, and then I'll specify the text size as 1.6 rem. So my text became bigger, and followed by, so I'll make them semi bold. So this is how it appears. So it almost looks similar, and then when compared to the reference screen, so my India's food delivery, this text looks somewhat narrow in size. For that, what I do is I'll just give a Tailwind property of tracking wide. So these are different kind of options. So I'll give tracking wide, so that a horizontal spacing can be seen. So I'll save this. As you can see, this has become a bit bigger, wider. So this is done. So now India's #1 food delivery almost looks similar to that of my original screen. Now let me go ahead and do this login sign up styling. So right now I don't have any line here, so let me go ahead and do that lining here. So what I do is I'll declare a class name, and in order to get the line, what I do is I'll give a border property. So I'll, for an empty div, I'll try to give a border property. I'll give like this, so you can see a line here. So let me go ahead and do some styling. So I have given a empty line, but this line looks way bigger. So let me copy paste this and do it here. So as you can see, a line followed by login or sign up followed by a line. So I'll try to give some kind of spacing here so it will be visible clearly. So I'll give a property of margin through cross axis as 1.5 rem. So it has given some kind of margin, but I don't want my login or sign up to be displayed here. So for that, what I want it to be displayed in one left line followed by login or sign up and then a right line. So these are aligned vertically. So for that, what I'll do, I'll go ahead and give a property of flex, and then you see, since I have given a property of flex, these lines are disappeared because they don't contain any width. So let me go ahead and take care of the width properties. So for that, what I'll do is assume if this is 100%, as you can see, this carries some width and this carries some width, and rest of the width is covered by this. So probably this has a width of 25% and this has a width of 25%, and rest 50% is covered by this. So let me go ahead and do that styling here. So I'll go and give width to be 25%, and let me save this. Now you can see my line is appeared. So I'll copy this and I'll paste the same thing here. So as you can see, the line has come followed by login sign up, and the line has come here. But it is not aligned in the middle of this div. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just specify justify center. I'll save. Now it is aligned in the middle of the div. As you can see here, there is no gap here because we have given a width of 25% here, 25%, and rest width it tries to take. So that is the reason it seems that these are exactly touching each other. So let me take care of that. So I'll give for this, I'll give a width of 40% only, so that this takes 25%, this takes 25%, 50%, and rest 10% will be some kind of spacing here. And this text, it should be in the middle of this div. So for that, I'll declare this to be a flex again, and I'll give justify center. I'll save. Now it has justified in the center. So I have to get this line a bit below so that it aligns in the middle of this div. So let me go ahead and give some margin. Margin top of 12 pixel so that it aligns in the middle of the div here. So let me copy this property and paste here. So the line has come in the middle of the div vertically. So it almost looks similar to this. But there is some kind of spacing here. So here we don't have. Why? This has 25%, this has 40%. Here since we need spacing here as exactly to that of original screen, we have given a property of justify center. So that is the reason my content inside my div tries to align in the middle of the page, whereas I need spacing between individual items, equal spacing between individual items. For that, what I have to do is I have to go and give here justify between. Now you can see the space appears clearly and it almost looks similar to that of the original screen. So the styling is done. Now let me go ahead and do the styling for my form here. So for that, this is my form. So for the form div, what I do is I will give a property of flex and then followed by I will give justify center property, so that my form has come in the middle of the div horizontally. And then so I will give width to 100%, so that my form should take 100% of the width of the div. So my form is styled, and in order to give a styling for this for my phone input, so actually this is a third party library. For that, as you can see here, if you go down, so this is how you can manipulate the properties of my phone input. So as you can see here, this is kind of styling. So as you can see now, if I give input style, my styling will be applied to my input form. So that I'm going to do now. I'll click here and I'll give input style of, so I want my form to take 100% of the width of my div. So I'll click like this, and inside this I'll give width to be 100%, and I'll try to save. Okay, since actually my form and button, so let me go ahead and give width for my button also to be 100%. So I'll remove this input style and let me save this. So okay, I don't need my input style. Somehow it is messing up my width of this form, so I don't want to give the input style for my form. And then for my button, so let me go ahead and do some styling for my button. For my button, I want a red background followed by white color followed by some curvature, and then it has some kind of space here. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'll put here class name, and then bg2 let me save this. Now the red color has come and some kind of spacing here, so I'll put margin top of 1.5 rem. So some kind of spacing has come, and then I'll specify the height property for this. So I have given some height and then followed by border property. So now the border has come and followed by the text to be white in color. So I will go ahead and write here white, and my button font should be bold, semi bold. So let me go ahead and write this. So it is a semi bold. So this almost looks similar to that of my original reference screen, but there is some kind of here in my working screen they are getting narrower when compared to the original screen. Okay, now as you can see in my in my working screen, it becomes a bit narrower when compared to the original screen. So because I have not declared any properties for my form, so let me go ahead and give some CSS styling. I'll mention it to take 100% of width of the div, so that my form takes 100% width of the parent, that is the div, so that my phone input and button has to take 100% width. So now when I open my screen, as you can see, now it almost looks similar to that of original screen. And this, let us go ahead and style this R. So for this, since I have written my login sign up thing, so I'll copy paste this exact thing like this, and then I'll just paste here in place of R, followed by I'll write R, and I'll save. So this is how it appears. But since R is of very small word, here the width and height properties has to be tweaked so that my screen looks as that of original screen. Here you can see this these lines are bigger than my text. So let me go ahead and implement that. So here I'll give a property of 40% for this left line, followed by 40% for this right line, and then I will try to save. Now it has taken 40% width and it has taken 40% width, and let me go ahead and see. Since 40 it becomes 120, so that is why my CSS is confused. So let me keep this just 20% and see. This is how it looks. So 40 and 20. So in fact this R doesn't need 20, so that is why it has given the extra space for us. So this is how it looks almost similar to that of my original screen. So this is done. Let me go ahead and do for this Google and sign in thing. So for that I need to have my this Google image. Let me go ahead and paste that. So I have pasted. I have imported Google image in my images folder. So let me go ahead and import that in my login file. So import Google from /images/ google.png. so it is a png file. So let me go ahead and do the styling here. So I'll remove this Google sign and I'll write an image tag here, and then I'll save like this. So as you can see, my Google image has come in my login page. So let me go ahead and do the styling for this. Right now this Google image and 3 buttons are aligned vertical to each other. So let me go ahead and do them align horizontally. So for that, what I have to do, I have to declare this outer div to flex so that they are aligned horizontal to each other. And then let me reduce this image size first. It looks very awkward. So I will give a width of 3.5 rem followed by height of 3.5 rem. Let me save this. My image size is contained. Now let me do this styling so that they are aligned in the middle of the page as in the original, like this. So for that I'll declare flex, followed by I need some kind of space here on the top. So spacing is done, followed by justify between, no, it should be justify center, so they are aligned in the middle of the page. Now they have some kind of gap here, so let me go ahead and implement that gap here. I'll give a gap of 1 rem, and let me save this. It should be rem. So now the gap has come. So this is done. Let me do the border thing here. So here I'll put rounded off full, so that full circle should come, followed by I'll give border property to be of 1 pixel, so that the border has come, and then I'll just close this project directory. Okay. So this is done. And when compared to the original, my image, my Google should look a bit smaller, but here it looks a bit bigger. So for that what I'll do is I'll just try to contain this image. A width of 2.5 rem, followed by a height of 2.5 rem, but my image is not in the center of the div. So for that what I have to do, so here for the parent div I declare it to be flex, followed by justify center, and then items center. So now my image has come in the middle of the div. So this is done. So what I'll do is let me copy paste this entire thing and paste it for these 3 dots, and I'll save. So 2 Googles have come, whereas I don't need this image here. I need 3 dots. So it will be like this. So this almost looks similar to that of my original screen, and this I have some kind of disturbance here. This one, it should be 100% of the div, where it is not. So let me go ahead and do some kind of styling for my phone input. So what I'll do is higher input style, I'll give width to 100%, and it has taken 100% width of my div. So this is working perfectly fine. Now let me go ahead and do this by continuing this terms of agreement. So first it should be flex, and then flex call, so that they should be stacked vertically, and then and I'll try to give some 0.75 room for my text, so that my text should look smaller as in the original screen. So my text is smaller now, and followed by it should come in the middle of the page. For that, what I have to do, justify center I have to do. So justify center I have given, and then I have to give a width property for my div, since text tries to contain in the space which is required for itself. So if I give 100%, then it should contain. Okay, flex call. Okay, it should be item center. So because we have given call, so flex call we have given, so item center, so text has been aligned in the middle of this div. And one more thing, here I should get underlines here, so I need to have some kind of spacing also. So here after terms of service, after privacy policy, I need to have spacing. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just declare it to be a flex, followed by justify between. I'll write, oops, it has already occupied 100% of space, I think. Now there should be some kind of spacing here. So for that, what I'll do is here justify, instead of justify between, I'll give it to be justify around, so that it leaves some kind of space on the left and right, and it gives some kind of space in the middle. But it has not taken, since text tries to contain in the space which is required for itself. So what I'll do, I'll specify the width to be 100%, and then you see there is some kind of space is created, and moreover there should be some kind of underline here, so that they should be highlighted. So for that, what I'll do, class name to be underline, followed by underline offset 4 I'll give, so that a kind of line comes here. So let me go ahead and do this thing. Save. So this is how my terms and conditions should look like. Actually, I have missed in the original reference screen, that I have corrected in my current working screen. So that's it, folks. So this is how my login page of Zomato clone application looks like. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.